September, Nerd Academy is back in session. It is back to school, and with back to school, we are getting intimate again. For those of you who are new here, subscribe below, like this video, let me know what you want to learn about next week. But if you are an OG nerd, you probably know that my Let's Get Intimate series has nothing to do with getting naked and everything to do with going deep when it comes to ingredients and different ingredient stories. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to link below a huge playlist for you where you can start getting ahead for this school year. But today, we're going to switch things up a little bit because instead of doing a Let's Get Intimate specific ingredient focus, we're going to do a Let's Get Intimate on ingredients you cannot mix because the skincare world is full of do's and don'ts and this and that. And quite frankly, everyone seems to have an opinion. You know what the expression is, every a-hole has one, which is quite literally true. So where do we start? What do we do? We're going to debunk it once and for all right over here. Let's top this video off by starting it with the biggest myth. You cannot mix certain ingredients because of their pH. That is a lie. It has to stop being repeated because this whole pH and skincare ingredient myth has everything to do with formulation. Yes, in the lab, with your goggles on, and your beakers, and your flasks, and your fire, and your Bunsen burners. Of course, different pHs cannot be compatible. But once it is formulated, and it has been shown to be stable, and it has been shown to be compatible with your skin, you can layer different products on your skin, and your skin is a living, breathing organ that will recalibrate its own pH to its natural level. So the fact that people keep repeating that the pH of products will cancel each other out when you apply it to your skin is a myth that has been misunderstood from the get-go and has everything to do with formulation and nothing to do with your skincare being applied to your skin. Now, the biggest risk when you're talking about layering skincare ingredients has everything to do with irritation. I think that's the number one thing you have to ask yourself. If I combine these ingredients on my skin, am I going to get irritated? And that question is a very personal question because you know your sensitivities, you know what you react to. Not everyone is created equal. That's another lie that society has taught us, that we're all created equal. No, we're not. Some people are sensitive, some people are not. Some people can tolerate, some people cannot. And you have to figure your skin out. And so let's now simplify it with the top 5. This is pretty much the golden 5 pairs of ingredients that you have to approach cautiously. Starting with number 1, vitamin C and retinol. Can we combine these two ingredients together, or can we not combine these two ingredients together? Technically, you can absolutely combine these two ingredients together. In fact, when you combine a vitamin C and a retinol, it actually has complementary benefits, synergistic effects, because the retinol is going to help boost your collagen, the vitamin C is going to be your antioxidant, one is going to help cellular renewal, the other one's going to help with pigmentation, stronger skin, toned down skin, even looking skin, less lines and wrinkles. It's a win-win, right? Yes-ish. Why the ish and why the hesitation? Because like I said, the first golden rule you have to think of when you're combining ingredients is, are you going to get irritated? Vitamin C and retinols are both extremely irritating ingredients on their own. Vitamin C is a crazy bitch, retinol is a diva, and together it can be a nuclear eruption. So you have to make sure that you can tolerate each one on its own before you combine it. I'm going to take it a step further. Not all vitamin C is created equal. I'm really specifically referring to the active form of vitamin C, which is L-ascorbic acid. In a world of sensitive souls, would I tell a sensitive human to combine an L-ascorbic acid with a retinol at night? The answer is probably no. But if you are somebody who can take it and take it strong and your skin has zero reaction, go ahead, knock yourself out. But sensitive souls, and even those who are too scared, don't lose hope, because vitamin C has different categories. And vitamin C esters, the inactive forms of vitamin C, are actually great because you can use it at night, and you can use it at night with a retinol with very minimal negative side effects, because the esters and the inactive forms of vitamin C are not as irritating as the active form of vitamin C. And so I really do strongly recommend that you guys watch my vitamin C video. I will link it below, but you can combine them, and I recommend that you try to combine them, but you test each one out, okay? If you want to pace yourself in terms of timing, use the vitamin C in the morning, use the retinol at night. But I still think you're doing yourself a disservice there by not using a vitamin C at night and getting that benefit overnight. So I would tell you, use a vitamin C in the morning. If you really want to use the active form, use it in the morning. And at night, when you're using a retinol or any sort of retinoid, use it with the inactive form of vitamin C, like the tetrahexyldecylascorbate, the one I have in my active seal. Okay, I will link some stuff below. The second combination of ingredients that has caused confusion in the marketplace: retinols and exfoliating acids. The biggest issue with these two ingredients, like I mentioned, is irritation. But can a retinol and an exfoliating acid be combined in a single routine at night? The answer is yes, with caution, and only for those who know they can tolerate it. Because if you have sensitive skin, the chances are you're not going to want to use an exfoliating acid plus a vitamin C plus a retinol all together in the same time at night. You're going to want to space it out. So what I would tell you is, it is essential that you learn that your skincare routine has nothing to do with every single day and everything to do with the week. You're trying to get things into your routine over the course of a week. So if you're trying to exfoliate and trying to incorporate retinols, exfoliate 2 or 3 times a week. And guess what? You have another 4 or 5 nights to use a retinol. The third combination of ingredients that you have to approach cautiously are retinol and benzoyl peroxide. You probably were not expecting that. This one, I'm going to start with the obvious question. Can you combine a retinol and a benzoyl peroxide? And the answer may not be so obvious. The answer here is actually no, you cannot. This is one of the 3, which I'm about to start listing. This is the first of the 3 combination of ingredients that I do not recommend you use in the same routine. Let's get into it. Benzoyl peroxide is a powerful oxidant, right? We use it for acne when you have breakouts and we're trying to kill the bacteria on the surface of our skin. Retinols, or retinoids in general, are vitamin A derivatives that allow for better cellular turnover when we have acne. So one must think we should be using them in the same routine. The problem is, because benzoyl peroxide is such a potent oxidant, it can oxidize the retinol. In fact, the benzoyl peroxide molecule structure loves electrons. Do you know what has a lot of electrons? Retinoids and retinols. So benzoyl peroxide will go and suck up the electrons of the retinols or the retinoids and render it inactive in the process, oxidizing it and making it useless and making your money go down the drain. So because benzoyl peroxide inactivates tretinoin, over-the-counter retinols, prescription retinols, the two should not be used in the same routine. Even if you are using the benzoyl peroxide in a cleanser form, because once you're washing your face with the benzoyl peroxide and you're rinsing it off, there may be residue of the benzoyl peroxide left on your skin that if you were to apply the retinol right afterwards, it could inactivate it. So benzoyl peroxide and retinols are incompatible, but there's an exception, and that it comes in the form of encapsulated retinols. Encapsulated retinols are retinols that have a shield around it, allowing for the activity of the retinol to be released slowly and safely over time. So this shield causes like a safeguard reaction, protecting the retinol from the benzoyl peroxide coming in and wanting to steal its electrons. So you could technically maybe use it with a encapsulated retinol, but you can still have the possibility of oxidation and damage to the retinol. So I still wouldn't necessarily recommend it. So then how would I recommend you use a benzoyl peroxide and a retinol in the same routine? Option 1 is you alternate nights. Use the benzoyl peroxide 3 times a week at night and use the retinol on the other 4 nights a week. That is probably the safest option in terms of trying to get a retinol in. The second option that I recommend is keeping benzoyl peroxide cleansers in the shower, because you can apply it in the shower and then you can totally wash it off, making sure all residue gets off of your face. And by the time you come out of the shower, dry your face, dry your body, get dressed, come back and start doing your skincare routine, the amount of residue and the activity of the residue left behind on your skin is going to be quite low, highly unlikely inactivating the retinol that you apply onto your skin. So that is a second option. And then the third option is formulation. There is a prescription that came on the market known as EpiDuo, which combined benzoyl peroxide with adapalene, which is a type of retinoid. Now, this combination of benzoyl peroxide and adapalene was proven to work together, but it was formulated together. And formulation is king when it comes to skincare products. So I wouldn't try to go and formulate your own version of benzoyl peroxide and adapalene over the counter. And I would just go and ask for a prescription of EpiDuo because it is a highly stable form of benzoyl peroxide and a retinoid that can really stand the test of time and not cancel each other out. Which leads me to combination number 4, benzoyl peroxide and vitamin C. Can we combine these two? And the answer here is surprisingly no, you shouldn't. Same applies here as it does to retinols. Benzoyl peroxide is a powerful oxidant. Vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant. When combined together, the benzoyl peroxide can oxidize the vitamin C, making it ineffective. And this applies to basically all forms of vitamin C, whether it is the active form of vitamin C or the inactive forms of vitamin C. But the inactive forms of vitamin C tend to be more stable, so one might think you have a better chance using that with benzoyl peroxide, but the reality is it is still a question mark and you might be wasting your money down the drain. So how then do we combine vitamin C and benzoyl peroxide? Option 1, use the vitamin C in the morning, use the benzoyl peroxide at night. And option 2, time. Wait a significant amount of time between applications. So if you're going to be using the benzoyl peroxide, like I mentioned with my shower trick, give yourself some time after you've come out of the shower to dry your face, pat it dry, go put your clothes on, come back and do your skincare routine. You are pretty much guaranteeing that anything left behind is going to be now more inactive, that by the time you apply the next product, you shall be fine. And last, this is one that was really all the rage, I would say, in 2021, but vitamin C and copper peptides. And the answer here is also no, you should not combine these two because copper peptides can oxidize vitamin C as well. I would instead tell you keep the vitamin C for the morning, save the copper peptides for the evening, and you can combine your copper peptides with your retinol at night if you really wanted to. Anyway, there you have it. The top 5 pairings of ingredients that you need to approach cautiously or not that have been perpetuated online as a definite no-no, but the reality is it's not really truly a no-no. And the more you understand the science, the better you can make decisions for yourself. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope it empowered you. I hope it got you excited for the school year. And I hope you guys check out the playlists I've linked below so we can get ahead and start digging deeper. I will see you guys next Saturday.